Now, the Heritage Chart has an amazing Christmas show with an absolutely stellar lineup. Mike Reed is here to tell me all about it. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Jason. Yes, thank you. Yeah, busy but good.
Absolutely. We expect nothing less, to be fair. And I know that you've got always an amazing lineup. The music on the Heritage Chart is brilliant new music from acts that we've known sometimes all our lives. And with the chart for Christmas and the amazing TV Christmas show you've done, you've got the likes of Leo Sayer, Tony Hadley, and your old mate Cliff Richard in there as well.
Yeah, we got 17 artists all together. Everyone said yes, and one act raced across France to be there. So everyone was fantastic. Did a deal with Butlins, so we shot it there, big screens, high tech. So it really looks $1 million. It really does. It's more creativity than throwing money at it. We did it a bit on a shoestring, but it does look pretty good. And everyone really pulled their finger out. It's a terrific team effort. And I thought, we've been doing the Heritage Shop for 4.5 years now, so we got to sort of step up and do something. And everyone that's seen it said, "Oh, you won't see anything better than that on TV, pop wise this Christmas," because it's very varied. It's a very varied chart, Jason. I mean, you get all sorts of. I mean, Steel Span and Francis Rossi together have just had a big hit. And Steve Norman from Spandau and Carol Decker from Tapao have joined forces to do White Christmas. So it's a good platform for artists, really, that otherwise wouldn't have had a platform. I think, well, what's the point of making it? Because where are we going to play it? What's the point of doing a video? Because who's going to see it? But now, the last 4.5 years, there has been a platform, so it's good.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the likes of Billy J. Kramer and The Real Thing on there. Both acts and artists I've spoken to over the last few weeks with some amazing Christmas songs. And it just, brings the festive from a load of people who've got such huge talent.
Yeah, and it's varied as well. I mean, the Real Thing song is so different to Billy J's, and his video is quite amazing. So yeah, every Christmas song, Katrina has done a beautiful one as well. But all the songs are different, the stars are different, the videos are different. I mean, the Wombles have put out "Wombling Merry Christmas" for an anniversary thing, and Mike Batt and Paul Carrack have done their winter song from Watership Down, which again is beautiful. So there's so many different Christmas styles on there rather than just the same thing. So it's great, really good.
And I say in the spirit of the Heritage Chart, which brings new music from amazing artists all year round. And I think so very often some of these artists who've been around for a while, they get overlooked by mainstream media very often. And that is just a shame because they are producing songs just as good now as they did back in the day.
That's right. I mean, that's why we started it back in the spring of 2020, talking with the likes of Limahl and Paul Jones and Toyah and Howard Jones and Nick Kershaw, all these people, Kim Wilde. They said, well, you're playing our new stuff, but Radio 2 and people aren't playing it at all. They're not touching it. And I said, yeah, but as you rightly said, I said, but your new stuff is as good as the songs, if not better than the songs in the 80s. They said, yeah, but even so, they won't play them. So I thought we need a platform. So I started the chart, and we now get voting from between 80 and 90 countries every week. And I'm always baffled, Jason. I mean, okay, the big voting comes from the UK and the US, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, France, and what have you, as you might expect. But when I look down and say, who got up this morning and decided to vote in the Seychelles or in Vietnam, or Cape Verde Islands? Somebody did, but fantastic.
It is, and I get podcast listens from all around the world. People who can stream, the standard output that we put out for the UK, or our case Wolverhampton, and before you know it, you've got listeners and followers all around the globe. Back when you were doing the likes of Radio One, people sent in wanted listening cards for when they said they were in the northern tip of Norway listening into you on AM. These days with the internet, it's day-to-day stuff.
It is. And, the other thing is that every song is available. You don't have to, an artist doesn't have to say to the label, can we re release it? Will you get behind it? Well, what's the reason? What are you doing? Why should we re release it? I mean, now I say to artists, I said, everything is released all the time. You can go, if you're touring, you could say on stage, our promotion song is so and so, and you can find it on the internet. You find it on Spotify. So, yeah, it's everything is available all the time. I think that's what kind of surprises Radio 2 at Christmas when songs they're not playing suddenly burst into the top 10, for a week and then disappear again. So it's not the chart that it was where you watch things steadily climb, you got excited about it, and then it peaked and then it fell and the new one came out. which is an exciting way of listening to the chart, really, and viewing it. So I think people like that, which is why we get between 1 and 2 million views every week on the TV as well.
Well, obviously, Christmas is going to be a fantastic time with some wonderful music. What's Cliff doing on the show for you?
He's doing a song that he did a couple of years ago called Heart of Christmas. We videoed him in the Theatre Alicia 2 years ago. So he didn't have a video for it. We videoed him at the time. And for this show, I mean, quite a lot of songs that have been Christmas hits on the chart over the last 4.5 years. One or two new ones, but basically, yeah. I mean, we would go back, and Secret Santa was a hit for the Flirtations in 2020. Le Male as well. One Wish for Christmas, #1 in 2020. So we kind of cherry picked the Christmas songs from the last 4.5 years. So it's great. So again, it's very varied. Not all Christmas. I mean, there are one or two that aren't Christmas. And we've even got Basil Brush on there doing White Christmas.
Well, Basil is a fantastic chap. I've met him in the past, and I'm always impressed by his work. I mean, I can't wait to reminisce with the Womblins Wombling Merry Christmas, because I had that album as a kid. So there's going to be some fantastic songs and brilliant memories, and some great new work from people who are sharing their talents still, and even in the case of Billy J. Kramer, well into their 80s.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's great. I mean, it's given them a reason, as I say, to write songs, to make albums, to make singles, to put them out, to make videos. So they said, oh, there's a reason for doing it, which is wonderful.
So where can people get excited and go and see the show?
Well, they can get excited anyway, but they get even more excited if they go to heritagechart.co.uk. That's where you can vote. That's where you can watch the TV show every week. You can watch all the TV shows on there, all the archives on there as well, merchandising, everything. So it's heritagechart.co.uk. That's where you vote. That's where you can watch the TV and do everything, and a bit of shopping.
Well, Mike, always good to catch up with you. Thank you for joining us. Have a brilliant Christmas, and make sure you sing along to all the tunes.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Jason. Thank you.